Alrighty, I'm live. I know I'm early, but I figured early better than late. If that makes sense. So it's 30, it's probably about 28 this morning, but it's supposed to get warmer throughout the week. So we're going to see how that works out. I'm also trying to, oh well. All right. Yes, perfect. So here's the handle. So I'm going to put a red thing on. Now, where's my clamp? I used the clamp to weigh it down with last time, but I'm not sure that's the way I want to do it this time. So, I wonder if I have any weights around here. I bet you I do. There we go. Not necessarily the way I wanted to do that, but it is one way of doing it. And so, got this old knife live stream going. There we go. That'll keep it from moving. So I got the Cabernet going on here. So this is the red stain that I'm going to add to the black handle here. And then I was thinking about taping off that leather. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need my glasses here. All right. That's the only place I'm going to be able to do that. I can tell that right now. So I got it taped off here. I don't know if you can really see it, but there's the handle there. And I don't, maybe this way. There we go. There's the handle. I got this going. So let get it stained up. just pop in the chat. Remember to hit the thumbs up. The actual putting the stain on here is not going to take very long. And depending on how things turn out, there we go. Welcome to the chat. So I'm putting a little red stain over the black here. It's going to be a while before this will be able to be touched. The stain takes a while to soak in. And I'm thinking this one may have to take more than one coat. But we'll see how the first coat dries. All comes down and how it looks when it dries off, which will be sometime probably tomorrow. So with this, you want to kind of make a few passes with it before you turn it over. I got it taped off here so I can do that. Hey, Virginia Bushcrafter, good morning. Thanks for popping in. We'll get a better angle here soon. I also etched the blade with acid. To darken it because I didn't want it shiny. If you think about it, if you're in a tactical situation, a shiny object is not really the best idea. Tends to give you away. And a lot of times if you're trying to be stealthy, the last thing you want is to be given away. So I'm waiting for this to soak in. And I'll probably have to come down about every 5 minutes and rotate it so I don't get any blobs or imperfections in it. So I was going to put some gloves on that I purposely got for this, and of course I forgot to do it. I always buy cheap brushes because I figure by the time you spend all that time and effort cleaning the brush on an expensive one, you could have bought 5 or 6 of these cheap ones. Now, when it's water-based stuff, it's not a problem. So hopefully this shows up pretty well. I can see I'm going to have to do a lot of editing. There's the handle. Now I'll put a coat of red over the black. And we're going to see how this absorbs in later on. Now we can run upstairs. Yay! I am doing good. I'm recovering from a cold/flu or sinus infection, whatever you want to call it. And I've been taking lots of vitamin C, lots of zinc, D3, only because I think I have not had the opportunity to go outside for walks. Although today seems like a good day for it. It's nice and warm. I did get a nice early start for the day. I'm gonna. Teresa, good morning. Working on the inventory part. Oh yeah, inventory. I didn't hook up my TV to this, so now I gotta use my cheaters. Inventory in the pantry. There we go. I take care of the son who came home sick yesterday. Yeah, lots of vitamin C. Hey, mama. So yeah, I am feeling better. Not 100% yet, but I think I'm going to do some push-up videos and maybe some pull-up videos this morning and get them posted. And Monday will be the time I make the big dive into the gym. I was going to do it this week, and then I ended up getting sick, which is no fun. So thanks for remember, hit the thumbs up, help that Augie rhythm. I got my coffee going. Things that I have remembered. And the reason I say remembered, because I remembered them again. I knew them before, I just kind of forgot. We're now starting to take these bags to the store with us. So instead of having 500 of those plastic bags, by the time the month is over, I can put about 6 bags worth in there. So I got to remember the wife to grab a few more. We're giving them away at the school, which is a good thing. So I still have some jalapenos left from the garden. The last couple cold snaps have done it in. It is what it is. We know what was going to happen. I've been taking infusion elderberry with C and vitamin D. And then, of course, I take C by itself, vitamin D, and zinc. During the pandemic, slip of the words, they weren't talking about this, and they should have been. Because really, if you wanted to get healthier, this was the way to go. So, about every 5 minutes, I'm going to turn the blade downstairs. And that's just to make sure that stain soaks in. So, Michael was at the body beatdown was saying, "Oh, just put it in the oven at 150 degrees or whatever, it'll dry up really fast." Well, you don't want to do that with stain. You want the stain to soak into the wood. That's the difference between a paint and a stain. Paint covers for the most part. A stain seeps in. So I did a base of black, and now I'm doing the Cabernet, let's call it a red color, over it, which I think will look really, really, really well. Oh, there we go. They might. I'll be in class Saturday and Sunday. Is that for CCP? Or are you learning some new skills? Virginia Bush Cap here. Always good to learn new skills. Yep, concealed carry. Yep. There you go. So I took mine Oh, I think it's what? Well, it once. And because I was a veteran, I only needed to take the 1 day. So this is the one I carry when I go for my walks. It hides really well. Sometimes got to reposition it. And this is the one I used to shoot that squash on one of my videos. You know, sometimes we go in the land of TikTok, and which I got rid of. And my daughter, one of my daughters got rid of it too. She said it was really handy because you have a lot of things like cooking in that, but she goes, all of a sudden you realize you just wasted 2 hours. And you're like, oh my goodness. But there was guys that say, oh, you know, you're anti-gun propaganda crowd. You know, you can't have a gun on you 24/7. Even in your own house, it's not always going to be closed. You can't. And I said, you can, and that's not necessarily you need to. But saying things like that to justify not having one at all is not smart. All right, we'll catch up on chat. Oh, yeah, Virginia's and DC's. I get Utah's also. The only thing about getting multiple ones is, well, number one, I only got so much room in my wallet. And I'll be honest with you, I always thought the Second Amendment allowed me to carry. Now, I do have Illinois. And I've had people say, oh, you should go get Utah's. Utah's supposed to be accepted in a lot of states. And and a few others. But right now I just have the one. And I carry wherever I'm going to go. If I travel, I carry. That's all there's to it. You know, well, you could go to jail. I could. You also get shot. So you notice that the latest one in Maine has gotten really quiet out there. Why? Because he's like, you know, he was under the radar of the law enforcement officers. They went out to his house on a complaint he was going to shoot up people. No one came to the door. This was 6 weeks before it happened, and they never followed up. So we always know when these things happen, they try to say, well, he was a good guy with a gun until he wasn't. No, he was never a good guy with a gun. And he knew it. So I don't think they stage them. I think they see it happening, and then they just allow it to go. So John had a good live stream this morning about the list. And I know a lot of times we get busy with life, and we really start thinking, wow. Constitutional carry, yep, I agree. And remember, gun-free zones equals victim-heavy targeted areas. So I didn't know it until after October 7th, but Israel had really restrictive gun policies, and now they've loosened them up, and in some cases they're handing out AR-15 type weapons to people. So, there's the reason for the 2A. It wasn't just against their own government, but it was against any invaders. In World War II, the reason they didn't invade mainland America is because you have to realize there'd be a gun behind every blade of grass. Where in other countries, you don't have a gun. There was a Facebook group I'm on for the Fallout games, and somebody did a really funny take on, it's a saying about, if the 2A was only meant for the weapons at the time. And, the guy was going, well, in England, he's allowed to have a BB gun. And he's going through this whole scenario with his weapons and how poorly it works out for him. And it's bad because knife crime in the UK is very bad. I put up a thing on my Farms and Prepping one on a bunch of pictures that was research I was doing on who has the worst knife crime. And it wasn't us. And so people go, well, if you get rid of the guns and everybody would be happy, joy. No, let's just use knives. More people are killed with knives than hammers. We're not talking about suicides. Remember, those numbers they use are statistics. Remember, there's lies, there's damn lies, and there's statistics. So statistically speaking, they do that. So I'm gonna walk down and I'm gonna turn the knife and I'm gonna come right back up. So let me read up on this one here. Hey, Gamma Mama, William E., good morning. So, directions would be nice. Okay, so I gotta wipe it down. Wait 2 or 3 minutes. So I need to wipe it down. And we'll put on my gloves this time. So let me just bring it up and let you see it. All right, so I wiped it down. And if you'd seen it was really bright red before, now there's just a red tint to it. And then here's the acid wash I did with the blade to dull it down. So I'm gonna let it dry for a good day. Because I need to. And it made me a little hanging apparatus in one bedroom. So I do want to get more of a red tint to it, but I want to see how that looks. So I had the black base. Now I have a slight red tint. And then what I do after this is I'll do a clear coat once I get it where I'm happy with it. So, it's tempted just to go throw another coat on it right now, but it'd be too soon. So tomorrow, we'll throw another coat on it. Unless I like the way it looks. Maybe I'll do a poll. I do like the way it looks. I'm almost thinking about clear coating it. What do you think? You think it needs any more? So I'm wondering if I even need to do another coat of red or not. I might just clear coat this. Trying to think. Maybe one more application. You like that? Thank you. So remember how small this handle was before. All right, let me go set that back down real quick. And it was just something that we made really quick, and I knew it wasn't big enough. All right. So put another roll on it. And we'll see where it goes from there. Time for some coffee. So yeah, stayed in the handle. I acid washed the blade yesterday and last night, which darkened it greatly. So let me create a movie. And I'll upload that today. And I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. So yeah, staying in the handle. And then if the stain goes the way I want it to go, if I'm really happy the way it looks, then I will start doing the clear coat tomorrow. Now, the first time I did the stain, the test stain, I didn't wipe anything off. And sometimes those directions matter. So it says wait the 2 to 3 minutes. Wipe it off because it is the basement. I'll wait a little bit longer. So we're talking about what to take when the cold flu's hitting you, and it's zinc, vitamin D3, C, and I take elderberry, which is also infused with vitamin C and D3. I take this. Thank you. I'm really excited about how it's going to finally turn out. I still have some refinements to do. And refinements pretty much take, if not as long to make the blade, if not longer. So once everything's dry, once the handle is right where I want it, then I got to sit there and I got to polish up the guard. Probably got to repolish up the pommel, and then put a new edge on the blade. And I'm hoping the edge will kind of shine as a different color. And then, God, they don't look so pretty. I'll be afraid to use it. I'm also going to go out and get a bottle of black leather dye, and I'm going to dye the leather that I have for the sheath. So right now it's just leather. And I think making it all black will make it look better. But I do got to hit it with some saddle soap. And then it'll be done. And then hopefully by then I will get my forge, my shed, set up for my forge. So then I can start making a blade from scratch. So that means making a blade from a piece of metal. And that'll be my next rendition of it. I don't have any other blades really to fix up. That was the only one where I was never really happy with the handle. And if you look at the picture I used, you can tell the handle that was on there was really small. Yeah, we just kind of cut it to shape and made it the same size as I'm trying to think of the word now. It'll come to me later. But the part where the handle attaches to, and it was just held with 2 screws. And it wasn't very good looking. So now I think that's definitely a much better looking blade. And then once it gets all nice and dried off, and I'm taking at least 2 layers of clear. And the clear is basically to protect the stain. And then worst case scenario, if over time it gets dinged up and, through use in that, I can just sand it down with very fine grit and restain it. The nice thing is the handle is just about the right size, but if it had to be a little bit smaller, it would be fine. I made that blade in a machine shop back in 1984, 85-ish. And my buddy made one at the same time, his is much cooler looking. And maybe this will, maybe he'll redo his handle. Maybe this will motivate him to redo the handle. Coffee first, then speak. Good morning. Thanks for joining in. So we got the CD, zinc, and elderberry, which helped me get over my cold/flu. The wife was like, "You should take Mucinex. You should go." I said, "No." I said, "I mean, if I have to, I will, but no pharmaceuticals, no over-the-counter medications for me to get over this." So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Thanks for the thumbs up. So a couple things with the channel is I will get back into the lifting part of it again. But I'm also going to add this Olde Knife. I was thinking about doing a separate channel just for that, but it's best for me just to do it on the channel that I make a few pennies on, and it is a few pennies. One day I may have a channel like John and Rudy's and that, but until then I'm having fun with it. And I'm having fun with the way the blades turn out. I really am. Are you spelling that right? I'll have to research on that. I know there was another one that started with it sounded like that, but started with an IN or IBM, something like that. That they were really against. It seemed anything that worked, they were against. And then they just kept pushing the thing that don't work. And potentially has some really bad side effects. It's my opinion. Just like everybody said, I told people, listen, some people got it because they had to work for a living. Some people did it because they had to travel. And some people decided not to. And they're all right. We are getting some more information now, as we knew it would happen. It's like that shooting in Maine. I seen all these people react to it on Twitter. I said, y'all should wait a couple days for the rest of the story to come out, because you're going to look foolish. And you did. We had a shooting up in Chicago during Halloween. All right, by a felon who has been put in jail 6 times, but been arrested 14 times. What was he doing out? Go figure. But then, we need to take, no, you don't. You need to enforce the laws. Well, coffee's going down good. It's nice and sunny. If it gets in the 40s, I might go for a short walk. Not a long one. And like I said, I'm probably going to do some push-ups and some pull-ups, some things around the house to keep myself active. Now, I do a lot of lifting at work because the grates are heavy. And, of course, they're having us working on the weekend. Well, this Saturday, they asked me if I'd be willing to work Saturday, and I said, sure. So let me wipe the plate and handle down again. It's been more than a few minutes, and see what it looks like. See if it looks any different. Okay. So I think, oh, that looks good. You can see how the blade got nice and darkened up too. And I'm liking the red sheen off of that black. So I think, yep, I think we will go with the clear coat after this. I think that's enough red. What do you think? I don't think we need any more. I just want to touch. Just a little touch. Yep, I think it's time to. I did. So I originally made this back in like 1984, 1985. But I didn't like the handle the way it looked, and the blade was a little bit still rough. So I polished it up. I removed the handle. I made this handle is off of the maple tree that I cut down in my yard. And if you go back to this old knife videos, you can kind of see it from the beginning. So they are posted on my channel. So I'm restoring it. I acid etched this last night again. I do have the first etching out there. Then I'll be posting the last night's video here pretty quick. Once this dries, which it'll take, they say 2 to 3 hours, but I'm gonna let it dry for 24. I'm gonna do a coat of clear. Oh, cool. Well, I made this one in a machine shop, but I have bought a forge. So I will start experimenting with that. So prepare for lots of mistakes. But I'm glad I did this one because I learned a lot about handle making. And for my first time, well, my second time making a handle, no, it won't make it slippery. Not with the grip I have. But what it will do is it'll make it look pretty. How you doing, Preparedness? So I just wiped off the second coat of red. So kind of trying to give me trying to get the light where it shows it a little bit better. So I'm gonna hang this up. I got a little hanging set up in my daughter's room and let it set overnight. And then tomorrow's stream, we will put a set of clear coat on it. And the clear coat is just to keep this sheen on it because when it dries, it's going to dull up, which is fine too. But the clear coat is actually to protect the color. And I'll do one coat and then I'll see if I need to do a second one or not. But generally with clear coat, you do a couple coats. All right, I'll be right back. Let me go hang this up. I didn't find a better way of hanging it up. So I want to do really quick though. I want to oil up the blade just a little bit. So I got a lot of dry time for it to be done. And then as it dries and as I get used to that blade's going to lighten up a little bit. And I'll spray it down with oil. I could see that, you know, some of it was coming off. Hey, Last Chance Knives, how we doing? Just missed it. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I think I like the stain where it's at. It's got just the right of that red hue. So I'll let it cure and dry until tomorrow morning. And then I will put a clear coat over it. Yeah, I'm going to use a clear coat, but I'm probably going to order shellac for just to have it. I want to have one way of doing things. Now, I acid treated that blade, but you know, as I'm hitting it with oil now, I can see some of that treatment's coming off. I know eventually it'll lighten up over time and use. But I'm in no hurry for it. I'm going to kind of let nature take its course. I think I still got at least, I'm doing coats on it. And then let it sit probably for 2 days. Just make sure it is dry. Because the last thing I want to do is grab the handle and it's tacky and I'm leaving fingerprints in it. So I'm really going to give it plenty of time to dry. Then I'll remove the tape. I'll take a drilling tool and polish up the pommel. I'm trying to think of, am I going to reshape it a little bit? Because right now it's kind of a boring shape. But it is what it is. It's still an improvement. And then I'll put the final edge on the blade. It's got a great edge on it right now. And I'm going to buy some black leather dye. I'll say, if only I would remember to do that. Well, I would remember to do that if I put myself a list. You know, I'm at that age. I think it now when I get in the store, it goes away. And black leather dye is going to be for my sheath, which is in the picture, not maybe this picture, but other pictures. Because I'm thinking the natural leather color won't fit the blade anymore. And I think a black, making it a black sheath with the way that handle looks and that will really give it a much better presentation. That's my thought process anyway. And I hope I'm right. So basically it's time to wait for that warm up a little bit, have a snack, possibly go for a walk, come back for a lunch, do some exercises, and then it's off to work I go. And thanks for all Beaverines for stopping by. Last Chance Knives, thank you for stopping by. That was a heck of a haul you got the other day on those blades. Hey, Deborah, good morning. So I will post what the blade is looking like, and then once it dries, I'll do a picture of it, and I'll do a short video, and put that out there. And then tomorrow we'll do our first clear coat. Because I really don't think it's going to take any more of the red stain. I don't think I want any more of it. I just wanted that. I wanted to highlight. I wanted that warm glow coming through the black. So it really is. I'm liking the way it's turning out. So, Teresa, thank you. Thanks for stopping in. So remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, have fun, get a hobby, enjoy things, learn new skills. You know, take classes, you know, learn how to do things. I learned so much about knife making by doing it. You can watch videos on it, which I did, and were helpful. You know, definitely were helpful, but there nothing beats firsthand experience. You know, but I do appreciate Last Chance Knives and some of the other knife ones I'm watching, learning about care and stuff like that. Yeah, and Ken, you did send me that leather protector. So I've been using that on my wallet I got from you. So while you're on here, I'll show off your wallet. The Last Chance Knives made these. He sells them on his SD shop. And it's a perfect travel wallet. So if I'm going to be dressy, all right, I'll throw the cash in here. I'll throw my debit card, credit card, my pertinent IDs, and this fits front pocket, back pocket, don't matter up here, and it takes up less room. It is nice. The Last Chance Knives made this. I bought from SD, and I really like it. And then he sent me some leather conditioner to use on it, which I already have. And so when I go out, this is what I do. I put it in here, and this is my dress wallet. So he sells these on his SD shop. And I'll tell you what, Last Chance, let me if you want, you can put your link up there. I'll add you as a moderator. You don't have to do anything, blah, blah, blah. But I add you as a moderator, and then you can post your link on this live stream if anybody's interested. It's on his SD shop also, and I like it. It's worth the money I spent. Yeah, for if you're just traveling, if you're not traveling, but if you're going to a nice event and you don't want the big bulky wallet, if you don't want the big bulky wallet sticking out, and this is not really that bulky, I've thinned this out. I remember my dad's wallet used to be like twice as thick. This is really nice, and probably if you go up to the bar and you flip that out, here, let me look pretty cool. So it's well worth it. So visit Last Chance Knives, and it's simple. He makes these. These are handmade here in the United States by him. So highly recommend it. I really like the product. Now he's not a sponsor, but I like this product, so I'm more than happy to talk about it. And I think that's going to end our chat for today. Thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, LC Knives. Like I said, if you want to post a link to it, go right ahead. And it'd be a great gift for, husband, son, brother, father, things like that. I think they definitely would enjoy it. So everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for popping in. And I will see you probably this time tomorrow, where we'll throw a coat of clear on it and see how that turns out.